Well, after a bit of fanning about, I've set my heart on this spot here. We've got a few dens around that people have been building, so apologies lads and lasses, but I might be nabbing a bit of your wood for a fire, save some time. It was, oh, can you hear that? Bit of wind through the trees, that'll be nice and soothing during the night, won't it? Now this one was meant to be a dad and lad camp, meaning I was meant to be accompanied by my 3-year-old son, but he's been a bit iffy, bit of a high temperature and not quite right since Christmas. So yesterday was good as gold. It was looking promising for the camp today, and then today's just been clingy, whingy, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth the stress. It's one on me Todd, mate. It's one on me Todd. So just, yeah, solitude, relax, chill, enjoy it, Jordan. So we're going to start off by clearing the ground. We don't want any punctures through the tent or the air mattress. I've now got a Sea to Summit mattress. And for you that don't know, that's like a £160 air mattress, which is very, very nice. Comfy, insulated, because them cheap ones you get, freezing this time of year, mate. I found that out the hard way. So we do not want any punctures. Thank you very much. Tell you what, I'm new to running, right? And I've just done my first 10k and I'm aching, lad. Just doing this, I'm like, oh. Come here, my beauty. Me trusty nature hike. Cloud Peak 2. I watched this thing on YouTube the other day, right? And apparently if you grab it tightly like this and then just go, no way, as if that actually works. So yeah, that's one way of quickly getting tent up so you can do other camp duties. Do you know what I mean? We'll get a few of these lobbed over towards camp. We'll get prepping. Oh, I should have been limping. Look at this. Look at the technique of that. Yeah. Wow, sunset's looking well. Not that I'll see much of it, sadly. But anyway, this dead fallen bit of wood here, that is ideal. If you don't have a den waiting for you like I do, which is more often than not, you're not going to, are you? This is ideal because it's not laying on the ground, so therefore no moisture has been soaked up through the wood, meaning it'll be lovely to burn. I'm going to take a bit of that, get down there and start pruning it. I want all these sticking out bits, so like I said, let's get it pruned. So all we want to do here is carefully take the hatchet and just get these bits off without taking any digits off ideally. There she is, far prettier. Right, I'll get this chopped up and then I'll catch you over there with my next job. This one's going to be a difficult one though, because you can see the knot in there, which just makes it not ideal. Doesn't do much for your blade either. Same protocol. But she's the daddy. Make sure not to do your forehead in with the axe, that wouldn't be a pretty ending. And the idea behind it, if you don't know, is it's meant to bounce the heat, say the fire's here, back at you. I know it works to a degree, but it looks pretty if not else. Quick break to admire. Oh, you just know that looks mint out of these trees, don't you? Oh, here's the moment we've all been waiting for, where we can just sit back, relax in front of a fire. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So with it being the 29th of December, this will obviously be my last camp of the year. This year's been a funny one for me. I mean, like, you know how years will pass and you age, but other than that, nothing really changes. You don't feel different in yourself. This is the first year where I can honestly say I do feel different in myself. Could it be I turned 30 this year? I lost my sister this year, which, as you can imagine, hit me really hard and made me think and see things a lot differently than maybe I did before. With my own life and my own approaches with certain things. You know, for example, like I used to be like really like, oh, rush, never present, never like, always like, never happy with where you're at right now, always what's the next thing. And I think, yeah, losing my sister made me think, whoa, this is ending eventually, mate. So just slow the fuck down. And finding this sort of stuff, the outdoors, whether it be hiking up a mountain and camping at the top of that, or just getting into your local woodland like I am tonight, and just chilling out, just slow down, because life is so rapid without you rushing it, that it's good to find something like this that forces you to do exactly that. Up until like this year, yeah, I used to like the outdoors. I've always been into getting out there, but not really to this degree of like getting up mountains and getting out in the woods and doing camps and stuff like any chance I got. And I think this year this has done absolute wonders for my mental health. I mean, you hear people talking about mental health all the time and how we should like do things to aid it, and I've found this, thankfully, that aids mine. Do you know what I mean? Well, that got deep quick, didn't it? But that's what happens when you go out into the woods, have a fire, and you're on your own. I'm gonna start crying in a minute. So cooking up some tea, nothing super swanky today, literally a bit of chicken that was already cooked at home, and then some boiling water to make some cheese and broccoli pasta. Happy days. Cheap and cheerful. And Shirl as well, because she's as well. What are you doing falling over, love? It's not bedtime yet, sweetheart. Right, as I was saying, quick little shout out to me Nan Shirl for this vibey little bushcraft set. Cup, bowl, spoon, fork. Happy days, mate. I've wanted one of these little sippy sippies for a while, so yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that. Christening it tonight with my chicken. I'm gonna eat out of that, I think. How am I gonna do this though? Because what I'm thinking, right, is, oh no, I was gonna eat out of this. What am I on about? My head's gone. Must be tea time. Right, so what I'm thinking. Why is it so hard for me? Can't say I've ever had this pasta stuff, so I'll give it a skeg, see what it's about. It's one of them that's been in your cupboard in your kitchen for months, probably years, and you just never get round to actually trying. Let's get you on there. Keep lid on. Watch me, I'll have put too much blooming water in it, won't I? I'll be like pasta soup. Look at me, you'd think I was following a full recipe. It's like the most basic meal ever, and I'm still scratching me nut. I think I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Bit late to be having a coffee. I say it's a bit late. It's only 20 past 5. It just feels like it's bedtime. Watch it, I'll have my head down by 7 o'clock. Right, cup of tea. No milk though. Not posh round here. Right, I think we're about ready to dish up. So get chicken in. Bit of fire's gone in there as well. Nice black burnt bits. This pasta actually looks really nice. Get that in there, son. Go on. That'll warm me inside, won't it? I've spilt half my pasta down there, so something will have it in the night, won't it? Get it mixed up for the big reveal. Bet you can't wait. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Actually don't look too bad, to be fair. Right, let's get myself comfy. Get a bit more wood on the fire. Not that I'm cold, so I don't know why I'm doing that. More for the atmosphere than anything else. That's pretty appetising, isn't it? Look, romantic as well. Got candles on the go. Well, it's 6 PM. I've had my tea. Fire's about died down. Candles are about done. So I'm going to get myself another brew, head into the tent. Water ready? We're about done there. So I'm about to head into the tent. So I will see you in the morning, unless anything mad happens. Then I'll see you then. Oh, morning. How are we doing? Not a bad night's kip, not a good night's kip. It's one of them, innit, with camping. I think you just have to accept it's not going to be your best night's kip. That being said, it was super still last night, considering there's a yellow weather warning for wind. My mate's literally just messaged me going, mate, it's blowing a gale in town. Are you all right? I'm like, actually, lovely, mate. Like I said yesterday when I was prepping the wood, I think it was starting to kick up then. And it was above the trees. You could hear them rustling right at the top. And because I'm in a dense woodland, I'm protected. I'm hugged by the trees. I'm a tree hugger, essentially. Tent's been still as anything. But that being said, you would think, well, nice kit for you then, lad. But for some reason, I think it's the pillow, right? I'm going to blame the pillow because I got a new pillow a few weeks back, half the pack size of my previous one. But it's just not quite right. I feel like I've got a crick in my neck because I'm a side sleeper. It's not quite high enough. So I'm thinking of looking elsewhere. Going to go again. It's just trial and error in it. Anyway, enough jibber jabber because there's a scorch mark from the fire last night in the ground. And I can't believe it like that. So let's get that sorted. Right, now fire sorted, let's get tent down and get out of this place, man. You remember that YouTube video I was watching that helped me put the tent up super quick? There's actually a similar technique with getting it down. That has got to be the sickest YouTube video on YouTube, other than this one, obviously. Anyway, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2025. Before you go, I just thought it'd be worth mentioning what I've been doing throughout the month of December. And that is a cold plunge every single day for 3 minutes. It's been pretty brutal, but I guess that's the point of it. And I think in this day and age, everything is custom built to be super comfortable, super convenient, and therefore we are becoming a bit soft in comparison to, say, any of our ancestors. before us. You can't really argue that, because they just sort of had to be put through sort of discomfort and inconvenience in comparison to us. So therefore I do think seeking out something like this, don't have to be dipping in cold water, don't get me wrong, but something that you don't necessarily want to do in the moment, but you know you're going to feel good for, telling yourself you're going to do it, sticking to your word and following through with it. Yeah, I think you should seek out something like that and do it for you in the new year. The idea of this is always worse than the reality of being in here. So like the minutes leading up to it, like procrastinating, talking yourself out of it, you just better just get straight in. So what I've been doing this month is just, as soon as I wake up at like 6 in the morning, just jumping straight in. Don't give yourself time to think about it. Just crack on. Anyhow, I'm going to enjoy my little bathe, and I'll see you in the new year. Thanks for watching.